The Haunting of the Amityville House. The Lutz family thought they had found their dream home when they first laid eyes on 112 Ocean Avenue, a large Dutch colonial house in Amityville, New York. The picturesque house, with its distinct windows resembling eyes, nestled comfortably along the waterfront, seemed too good to be true. But as George and Kathy Lutz stood on the front porch, keys in hand, a cold gust of wind whipped through them. They both shrugged it off as nothing more than the chill of winter, unaware that this was a chilling prelude to the terror awaiting them inside. The first night was calm, filled with the warmth of unpacking and settling in. But from that night onward, strange occurrences began to unfold. George, a pragmatic man who never believed in the supernatural, woke up at exactly 3:15 a.m. each night, unaware that it was the same time Ronald DeFeo Jr. had brutally murdered his family in the house just a year prior. As the nights wore on, George began to deteriorate. He spent hours chopping wood, obsessively feeding the fireplace as if drawn to the flames. Kathy, too, experienced a growing sense of unease. At times, she would feel as though an unseen force was watching her, following her every move. The children were not spared from the house's grasp either. Their daughter, Missy, began speaking to an imaginary friend named Jody. What unnerved Kathy and George, however, was the fact that Missy described Jody as a large pig with glowing red eyes that would appear outside her bedroom window at night. Initially dismissing it as a child's overactive imagination, the Lutzes were soon confronted with the horrifying truth when George saw those same red eyes staring at him from outside, peering through the window as he lay awake one night. Inexplicable phenomena plagued the house daily. Foul odors permeated the air, even though no source could be found. Black sludge oozed from the walls, and doors slammed shut by themselves. The Lutzes would wake up to find swarms of flies covering their windows, even in the dead of winter. And worst of all, there were the whispers. Indecipherable, low murmurs that echoed through the halls, as if the walls themselves were alive and watching. As days turned into weeks, George's behavior became more erratic. He claimed to hear voices urging him to stay forever in the house. He began lashing out at his family, almost as if something dark was taking hold of him. Kathy sought solace in her faith, hanging crucifixes around the house. But this only seemed to anger whatever was lurking within the walls. The crucifixes would twist upside down, and at one point, Kathy claimed she was violently thrown to the ground by an unseen force. One night, things reached a terrifying climax. George awoke again at 3:15 a.m. to the sound of the front door slamming open. He rushed downstairs only to find no one there. As he turned, he was met with the freezing cold presence of something unseen, something malevolent. His breath fogged the air, and an overwhelming sense of dread filled the room. It was then that the voices returned. This time, they were not whispers, but screams, reverberating throughout the house. George stumbled backward, retreating to his family's bedroom. They had had enough. The next morning, the Lutzes packed what little they could carry and fled the house, leaving behind everything. They never returned. Later, they would recount their experiences in horrifying detail, claiming that they had been victims of an unimaginable evil. Paranormal investigators would later visit the house, confirming that something unexplainable was indeed present within its walls. Though skeptics question the Lutz family's story, many who have visited the house since report an uneasy feeling, as though the horrors of the past still linger, trapped within the walls of 112 Ocean Avenue. Whatever haunted the house that winter may still be there, waiting.